Hey, welcome to Mike's Trains, and thanks for joining me for another video. This is going to be a short video this week. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I just wanted to give you an update as to what's going on with the layout. So let's start down at this end here. Nothing's really changed here, but I want to bring you across into this area. So over here you can see the houses are now installed, and I've actually built the road that goes on top of there, and I don't think I did a video for that, so let me give you a closer look at what that looks like. I weathered it, and I added some cracks to the road. You can see I think it came out pretty good. I'm very happy with it. And it just dead ends into the wall right there, and we're gonna bury that up with trees and things so that you don't really see where it's going. So as you come back this way, you can kind of see how this all looks. There is some N-scale vehicles on here, just to give you some context as to how that all looks. And then we get up to the part that we did in the last video with the backdrop, and there's the look of the backdrop. And I think I'm okay with it. I just finished doing the lines on there. I know some people were talking about there wasn't enough room to put the lanes in and all, but I think all in all, I think it worked out fairly well. I would have liked to have lined this. If I could have put it on my desk and done it upstairs, this would have come out much better, but at the angles I'm working at, in the short space that I'm working at, all things considered, I think it came out pretty good. I think I pulled off the look of the road going up through the backdrop and around the buildings on the left side. I'm liking it. I like it a lot. So let's back off and get the whole. So that's the whole effect of it. And so you can see it like that. And as I said, I think it's pretty good, and we're gonna roll with it. I'm happy with it. I'm done playing with it. That's how it's gonna look, and that's how we're gonna keep it. Now the next thing to do in here, and I haven't done it because I'm just kind of out of time, and I need to get this out to you, is in front of these houses is the chain link fence that I built in, I don't know if it's the last video or the one before it, but that chain link fence has to be installed in front of these houses. I haven't done it yet, obviously. That'll get done probably tomorrow, and then I can start planting all the trees and get that whole top area complete all the way down. See, and now you can kind of see what we were looking at when we put the trees behind the houses over here, and how the backdrop, it dead-ended over here, right in this area behind this house, but I cut around the tree right there, and it just looks like, you know, it just goes off, and that's it. And then we have the bigger trees in front of it. So that buried up the backdrop. Let's take a closer look into there. So you can kind of see how that went. So that building at the top is the building we talked about earlier when I was making, remember when I cut out the trees here, the trees go all the way back to here. This is part of that tree section that we cut out in the last video. And then this back here, this building is the original long backdrop, and then here's the little spot of brown that I showed you worked out as a happy accident, where you're looking through the trees and it happens to be the same color as this building right here, so it kind of looks like it belongs there. And then the trees go behind the house here, the trees come all the way down. They start over here and they go all the way down here and cross over the front of the house, and then the houses cover any of the stuff in the lower half that we were looking at in the tree picture that was added in there. And it ties in the buildings to the longer backdrop in the back as well as the houses in the front, and it pulls everything together. And then we come over here and we get the same thing. Everything is pulled together and tied together to the foreground, to the background, and that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, there's only a little bit left to do. We have the chain link fence all down the front. It's going to run from the chain link fence is going to run from right here all the way down through here, right past everything in here, and it's going to go all the way down to almost the end of the road right there. And that's going to be the end of the chain link. And I don't really need to finish it all the way into the wall because trees, we're going to put heavy trees starting in this area, and this is going to be heavily planted all the way back, as well as I may put some small half cut off the backs of the trees and get them right up against the wall right in here, and that'll bury up that road, and that way I don't have to worry about where the road goes. And then here's the look of the whole thing. So there we go. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. That's the look we were looking for, and I think I've actually done it fairly well. I'm very happy with it. So like I said, that's all I got for this week. It's just a short video, just to give you a look as to how the road came out in the backdrop. If you're watching me and you haven't seen me before, go back and look through to see how all this got built. And subscribe if you like what you see, by all means. Love to have you along for the ride. So anyway, that's it for this week. So until next week, happy modeling.